Hey everyone, welcome. Today we're going to talk about the secrets of meal timing for better energy and weight loss. The timing of your meals is really important as you think about how you move through your day, how you have energy for your day, and also how you feel and what you weigh. So that's what we're going to be focusing on today. My name is Samantha Attard. I am a PhD in nutrition, a wellness coach, and a yoga instructor in Washington, D.C., helping you live your happiest and healthiest life, because we all know that when you feel your best, both physically and mentally, you are best and you are your best for those around you. So that is what we are talking about today. So let's get talking about what I recommend, what I talk to my clients and advise my clients on doing, especially if they're trying to lose weight. So if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to have maximum energy, I actually recommend that you eat 3 times a day, maybe 4. 3 to 4 times a day. If you do really long, intense exercise, over an hour of cardio, then you're also going to be fueling during your exercise, and so I don't count that as one of the 3 to 4 times. So besides eating during your workouts, 3 to 4 times a day that you eat outside of those workouts. So I recommend 3 to 4 times a day. Here is why. So we've all heard about eating 6 to 7 times and making them lots of small meals. This is something that was found in a lab. So they did this big study, they put people in a metabolic ward, they saw that if they ate 6 times a day, they were burning slightly more calories because their metabolisms were going faster. The problem is that we are not in a study, we are not in a metabolic ward, no one is giving us pre-portioned meals. The problem is that each time we add more times that we eat, if we keep on adding occasions that we eat throughout the day, we end up just eating more calories, and we don't actually make up for those calories later in the day. So you'd think that because we had a snack at 4 o'clock, we're going to eat a slightly smaller dinner at 6, but in practice, we really don't do that. And because of that, well, that's one reason why I recommend only eating 3 to 4 times a day. The other reason is because we don't need to eat every hour or 2 hours. We're kind of told that we need to be having a mid-morning snack, a mid-afternoon snack, an after-dinner snack, because that sells a lot more food. But ultimately, we can definitely survive 3 to 6 hours in between our meals. People that provide or follow intermittent fasting or do other kind of more fasting workouts show, and we know that you can survive 18, 20, 30 hours, 40 hours, 50 hours without eating at all. And while that's not what I recommend, it does mean that we can go 3 to 6 hours without eating a meal. So that is okay. I actually would recommend eating more than 2 times a day, actually, Zeph, because people that eat 2 times a day are also shown to be heavier in practice than people that eat 3 to 4 times a day. And this is because you get your body so hungry, in such a hunger state, that sometimes you end up overeating and overcompensating. So the first bit on meal timings, I recommend 3 to 4 meals per day max, and then also if you're doing long exercise, that you're also having some fuel through there. So we talked about why 3 to 4 meals is what I mainly recommend. When it comes to meal timing, here's what I would recommend what you would do throughout the day. So in the morning, I recommend that you start by drinking a glass of water. This is going to be room temperature or warm water with some lemon. First off, this is just rehydrating your body after 8 to 12 hours of not drinking anything. It's really nice to rehydrate, get your body moving again, especially with that squirt of lemon. It really helps to just wake up your metabolism right quick, get your body awake. You're going to feel more alert. You're going to be more ready to take on your day. So I always recommend starting with some water and some lemon. Then for breakfast, I do actually recommend eating breakfast within 30 to 60 minutes of waking up. Now, this is not because breakfast is some magical cure-all. It's because it does help to boost your metabolism, get your body started, and it does help wake yourself up. So if you feel like you're struggling all through the morning, sometimes what that is that you have no carbs for your brain, no sugar for your brain, and so you're just moving a little bit slower. So you want to start to fuel your body and your brain, because then your muscles, your limbs, your brain are going to feel less sluggish and tired. Great question for Amanda. If you don't have any appetite in the morning. I would first want to look to see if you don't have an appetite in the morning because you're eating way too much at night, or if this is just something about your body. And if it's true you have absolutely no appetite in the morning, you may be able to shift your breakfast later in the day. For other people, it's just that they need to eat just a much smaller snack or a much smaller meal in the morning. So there's a couple different ways to go, checking out what you're eating at night and seeing if maybe you just need to be eating a little bit less at night and then your appetite in the morning will return. Or trying a much smaller snack, not trying to force yourself to eat something that makes you feel nauseous in the morning, or slightly shifting that breakfast a little bit later in the day. So those are my 3 tips. So in that breakfast, you want to make sure you have a good mix of, you're so welcome, Amanda, you want to make sure that you have a good mix of carbs, fat, and protein. This balance between all 3 of those macronutrients are what's going to make sure that that breakfast can carry you all the way till lunch. There is nothing sillier than a mid-morning snack. I say don't do it. Having kind of 2 breakfasts or a little mid-morning snack is just not the way to go, especially because for a lot of us, our appetite tends to ramp up as we go throughout the day. So you definitely don't want to start with having 2 meals and snacking a lot in the morning. If you're getting super hungry an hour or 2 after eating breakfast, what that means is that you need to add some more calories, some more fat, some more protein to that breakfast so that you actually feel full until your lunchtime. When it gets to lunchtime, again, I recommend having lunch be your largest meal of the day. This is, again, to help you actually fuel up your body so that you have the energy to go through your afternoon and into your evening, rather than waiting, being super hungry, not having energy, and then eating later. Eat beforehand and burn off those calories as you move through your day. So I recommend making lunch your largest meal. Again, a mix of carbs, protein, and fat so that you feel nice and full. Definitely try to eat a little slower to give yourself some time to maybe not eat at your desk. All of these are going to help you be more mindful, really notice what you're eating, and then ultimately feel fuller, more satisfied, and happier when you finish. So that's breakfast and lunch. To speak about snacks real quick, I mentioned 3 to 4 times a day because sometimes it depends on what time your lunch is and what time your dinner is. For some people with their schedule, you don't get to eat dinner until 7 or 8 o'clock, and if that's the case, you might need a snack in between around 3 or 4 o'clock. Again, also depending on what your activity is like in the afternoon. But know that snacks are not necessary. They are just something that can help you out when you need it. So when you are having a snack, just make sure you're aware of the portions, aware of that portion control, and trying to make it from fresh, whole foods. So instead of saying it's a snack, so I should be eating chips, it can be a snack and it can be an apple. What's the latest time you should have your last meal? Let's talk about dinner. So if you're gonna have dinner, I think the most important thing that you should try to do is try to eat your last meal about 2 hours or more before you go to bed. And this is just so that you can really help to digest before you go to sleep. If you go to bed on a full stomach, it's harder to fall asleep because your body is awake, you have less restful sleep, and we all know that that doesn't set you up well for the next morning. So definitely try to get your dinner finished more than 2 hours before you go to bed. That's my tip. And also important in that is making your dinner not the super huge meal. This is, again, going to be really important for you being able to fall asleep better. So if you have a big enough breakfast, if you have a really nicely sized lunch, you shouldn't need a huge dinner. So trying to make that a little bit smaller or a little lighter can be very, very good. So we got breakfast in the morning, nice mix of carbs, fats, protein. Lunch, our largest meal of the day, carbs, fats, protein once again. Dinner, we want to get that at least 2 hours before bed. Again, carbs, fats, protein, a little bit lighter than your lunchtime meal. Snacks if needed. The other thing I want to mention is making sure that you do try to build some of your calories around your workouts. So if you are really active in the morning, if that's when you go for a walk or a run or you go to a class, then it's going to be more important that you eat more at breakfast time, or that you have a little snack right before you work out and then a meal right afterwards. If you don't actually work out until the evening, you definitely want to make sure you might have a snack at like 4 o'clock and then your workout and then larger dinner or a dinner that's more substantial right after you work out. So definitely pay attention to when you're working out, and know that by putting your calories closer to your workouts, you're going to feel energized for your workouts, but also give your body the fuel it needs to recover from those workouts and then move forth from there. So that's just a quick word on workouts, and that's where there is some individualization that has to happen, because if you're working out in the morning, you're going to need more calories then. If you're working out in the evening, again, those calories are going to be slightly shifted. So if you are interested in getting this kind of guidelines workout that I told you guys about here with meal timing, head on over to Facebook. Our group is called Happy Healthy Humans. It's free to join, and there you can see this infographic that I made up that has all the information I discussed today. You can also, while you're there, ask a question about nutrition, about wellness, about working out, and then we'll answer those questions here live, which would be wonderful over here on Periscope. Thank you guys so much for joining. Great to be here with you. Have a really wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon.